Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to another quick video. As you can tell, I'll be showing you all how I done my vinyl top. It's not the best job out there, trust me. It's my very first attempt on doing this. I was very hesitant on doing it, but it turned out looking okay for me. I'm sure the more I do it, the better I'll get. I know what to look out for next time. This video here is not going to be a step-by-step tutorial. It's just going to be on how I done mine and things that you got to look out for. Now there's several different ways of doing this, and I'm going to show you all the two different methods that I found here on YouTube. So the first method here is the tape method that I have here. That's what I used. And the other method is to actually use textured paint for the actual vinyl top. Now this is the Chevelle, the 69 Chevelle with a 396 by Revell, and this one here is the same exact one. This one here is mine, and this one is for a friend. Now I'm getting to the point to where the vinyl top is needed to be put on here after I sand it and everything and clear coat it. So once you got your body completely ready, it's sanded, clear coated and everything for that, then you're gonna have to measure out the top. And as you can tell, I got some black on here, and that's just from a marker from where I measured it and done some lines, and it bled through because I got some glue. That styrene strips there is this styrene right here. This is the measurement, the item number here. This stuff is very cheap by Evergreen. You can get it at Hobby Lobby and other craft stores. This stuff is very thin, and this matches up just perfect with the other trim. So I have that these strips here up under. You see that on top? That's what these strips right here are. Now those strips I had to use along the trunk area, cut them to fit this way, and then along this way on both sides. That right there fits perfect, and it measures out the same thickness and everything of the other trim, like around the windshield and everything else. So that's the trim that you're going to need. Now with this paint, with the tape method like I done, I used this cheap old Dollar General type 2-inch wide tape. Masking tape is what it is. And then I used just regular old 90-cent cheap craft acrylic paint. Now on mine, because my body is a frost green, I wanted the top a darker green, so I just mixed some black here with some of this arbor green. That way it's an off darker green color. So I used craft paint for that. Now once you've got your measurements, and trust me, you're gonna have to go on Google Image to really see how far and the measurements are. So like right here, you got to measure from here to here, and from here to here all the way across. Make sure it's nice and straight on both sides, and then you're gonna make your line. It doesn't matter what's here on top because it's gonna be covered up. Then you're gonna take your tape. If you're gonna be doing this tape method like I did, then you're gonna take your tape and you're going to put it right here along the top. Make sure that you have it nice and even this way. And then once you get right here, then you're going to take your knife, a very nice sharp one, and you're going to cut right there right there in the ridge on both the front and the back. And then once you've got that, then you're going to take your tape and you're going to do a perfect strip along this way and then fold it down on both sides. That's what I done here. I made sure that once I got my strip across the top and I got it cut, then my third strip I butted up right up against here, went on down, and then my other strip on this side. And then obviously I took my knife and very carefully cut around everywhere. And my tape, I just went ahead and folded over, draped over this way. And then I got a piece of tape here. I know it looks pretty hard, but it was pretty easy for my first time. Now once you've got your tape on there, if you're doing the tape method, then you're going to have to take, well, it's very easy, what I found, is use this tape here, okay? And you got to tape off around the edges everywhere. Make sure use plenty of tape, and make sure you use a nice sharp knife. Make sure that you have it down in there really good. Use your fingernail, whatever you need to do, your toothpick, whatever, and press it down in the creases very, very, very good, as best as you can. And then you're gonna take your paint, your crafting paint, thin it out if you need to. I actually put a few drops of rubbing alcohol in my paint, mixed it up in my airbrush. I did some test pieces on the side because I was very hesitant on this. I went ahead and sprayed this, and I kind of messed up a little bit. Got mine a little bit too wet, and as you can tell, it made the tape kind of wrinkly. But at the same time, you actually do see that in real life on vinyl tops. So yeah, I really didn't like it at first, but I'm like, oh well, it is what it is. So just make sure that you do very, very, very light coats, because when this gets wet, that's what that tape does. Now, if you're going to be doing the other method where you're using textured paint, and there's all sorts of textured paints out there, then what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to put these strips on here, measure that out the same. You're going to have to take this tape right here, tape off all of this, all your lines, all the way around, and then take some masking tape or something like that, aluminum foil, whatever that you got. Painter's tape works a little bit better than masking tape, and then tape off the entire body. Then take your textured paint, and a lot of times textured paints are in cans. If you're using that, then be very careful, because you don't want it to texture up too much. Get way back here and spray. Now when you spray at an angle, because as it goes down, you want to do the opposite of a shiny paint job. You want it to orange peel. So if you go at a far angle and spray light mist, you could do that. Or you could go on MCW. I got all these paints here, but you can go on MCW paint, this brand, and they have textured black vinyl paint. You could do that, and you could use that, spray that on. But remember, don't get your if you're going to do the tape method, don't get it too wet. If you're going to do this method, be careful on overdoing your paint, because it'll get in your seams along here, and then when you go to peel off your tape, it's going to be rigid. Now let's say you've done either route. Let's say you got this one or this one. Whenever you go to peel your tape off, be very careful, because you're going to have rigid edges if you're going to use a craft paint a lot of times. So what I've done on mine is, you can't even tell, but I actually covered my rigid edge along here with that styrene strip. Now, I had a very, very, very hard time with this being my first time. Very stressful on measuring all this and gluing all that down. Now, you could use super glue, you could use all sorts of different glues. This stuff right here works wonders. This right here, I got the extra thin here. That works best for the top. And remember, these strips are super, super thin, so just a whisper of that glue will melt this stuff. So be super careful, okay, on these strips here. Test it out if you have to. That's pretty much it. I'm sorry this isn't much of a step-by-step tutorial, but it's something that, you know, that I felt like that you all could maybe help you out with. Now with the chrome itself, I used this right here, the monotone pen, the very, very, very fine point, 0.5. And some spots I actually, like along the back here, I took a very fine brush and dipped it in a pool of that marker ink, and I had the paint on. It is what it is. I hope that you all enjoyed this. I hope that it helped you out. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned and stay safe.